tired because I'm tired. I got bit by a spider. The poison is, I could feel it all through all of my body, but I could feel it through right here. Where I look drained. Been through a lot. Been through a lot. Well, this is a update. I haven't been on in a while. So, life update. I'm gonna backtrack to 2022 when me and my daughter were kidnapped from Killeen, Texas. We were running from domestic violence. My husband had broke our 1-year-old daughter's arm. Police, CPS, everybody acted like it was an accident. The family tried to say that it was me until my daughter was old enough to talk and she told what happened. And then years later, my husband said what happened. I was not in the vicinity. We were at the park and I was with my son. We had a family meeting and the conclusion was they told my husband that as long as he has a job, that a man could beat his wife and it was my responsibility to stay for the children. And I ran away. We were homeless in San Diego for 2 weeks, homeless in Phoenix, Arizona for 2 months before going back with my mom, who told me to come back with her, but then actually it was her apartment people that said that she made her like had to choose between which child could stay and which child could not. So ended up in a homeless shelter, which ended up getting an apartment in Killeen, Texas online. And it wasn't the apartment I applied for. It only had 2 pictures, very sketchy pictures, but I was in a homeless shelter, needed to get out, right? And so the place was completely unlivable. The wiring was wired wrong. The walls were caving in due to black mold. It was basically like a shack. It was not even like, it was slave time. Like 1301 Willow Spring Drive, if they still have it like that. Killeen, Texas. So the people, I kept putting in work orders, and the maintenance, Lone Star Realty, they would send people out to look at it, and the people would be like, yeah, this is bad, they're going to need to send me back. They would never send the people back. The window did not have a window. They taped it up with cardboard, sent the people up, people taped up with cardboard, said they'd be back to fix the window. They never sent them back. The wiring was wrong. It was shorting, causing fires. Nothing was ever done. They said I had to call the electric company, called the electric company. The electric company just marked it off as fixed, never did anything. There was holes. There were holes. Huge holes. When the wind blew, it blew straight through. There were snakes. There were lizards. It was completely unlivable. And they were okay with me fixing it out of my money, but they would not do anything. It was in Killeen, Texas. We almost froze to death one winter. So the second year, I put in the tenant portal. If you guys don't fix this, I'm going to be forced to fix it myself. And if you don't, I'm not taking food or clothes off of my child. I will be forced to fix this with my money. And since it's your stuff, I will not be paying rent for these months, and then I will begin paying rent when it's done, but I will not owe you anything. Their only argument was, no, you have to pay us back for the months that you did not pay. As soon as I did not pay, 15 police officers, no warning, nothing, broke in, brutally assaulted, and kidnapped me and my 6-year-old daughter. I have not seen my daughter since. IDF took my daughter. When I was in jail, a CPS worker came to visit me, and she was bragging about her being a Jew, and she showed me her IDF badge trying to install fear in me. My daughter was kidnapped by IDF, posing as a social worker. I am in shock. I'm sure my daughter is in shock. I was kept in jail for 23 days for resisting arrest charges. Completely false. As soon as I got out, I went to go check on my children. I did not try to take them with me because I was homeless, but trying to keep up with the co-parenting, which I let my son go and the church jumped me and kept me from my son. My husband had cut me off all those years already, and I did not know why. I also have short-term memory loss, but my sister decided to say, my husband wouldn't let me see my kids, so I was desperate. So the first time ever, I sent him nudes. In the morning, my sister came in the room angrily and said, "I'm fucking your nigga." And now she keeps trying to take it back, trying to say, "No, you said it." No, she came in my room and said, "I'm fucking your nigga." And so it clicked to me. That's why my husband had not let me see my son for all of these years, because my husband and my sister are messing around. So my sister jumped me. My sister taller than me now. My sister and my mom jumped on me. My mom said she was trying to get my sister off. I ran for my life to Killeen, Texas. I came back about 5 times. I went to school so I could have a reason, so I could have the money to stay out there long term for the semester to try to get my children. Every time I try to get my kids, they either move some location where they don't know, so I don't know where they are, or I'm assaulted or attempted set up. And now that all their plans are failing, they're trying to change face, because I'm not all the things that they tried to make me out to be in the way that they slandered my name. I was in Killeen, Texas, solo living. Was in a shelter, short term. Wasn't bad that I remember. I got hit by a car on my daughter's birthday, by the same car that I drove. I found that I was being gang stalked by IDF and members of the U.S. government, which I believe is Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And there is some evidence, but not enough, only enough to make me sound crazy. I was being surveillance, stalked, my routines, to where they attempted a year after me being hit by a car, 2 IDF police officers attempted to incite a riot to unalive me in a Kroger after watching my routine. I was wrongfully evicted for reporting the sexual harassment by the maintenance and the landlord. I reported it all the way up. I called their owners. Nothing was done. The owners, their higher ups, apologized. 1 to 2 days later, police were at my door, broke my door in. I let them know I was recording, so they did not shoot me, or else I'm pretty sure they would have shot me. They wanted to. And I was given a 3-day notice. You're not even it's supposed to be a 30-day notice, which I was reporting everything for the sexual harassment to stop. And I was given a 3-day notice, again, in deep shock. So that was the end of 2024. And so December 2024, I've been staying in hotels since December 2024. It was not entirely a bad experience. I've been experiencing a lot of racism mostly, but 2 to 3 of the hotels have been sexual harassment, trying to kidnap me. And that hotel I stayed at for 5 months in Killeen, Texas, extended stay, black owner, male, very predatory, very power hungry, very sexist. And then I came to Arizona and was attempted human traffic, which is why I'm in a homeless shelter now. They surveyed me for 2 weeks because I always put I'm traveling with 2 people even though I'm traveling solo. They kept trying to see who I'm having in the room. Then I thought they just were trying to see like if I'm following their rules. After the 2 weeks, they started checking people in my room at midnight. A group of men banging on my door. They had a key, so they opened the door, but I had the safety lock on. The safety lock is on, and they're trying to beat it open. They couldn't. The next night, they checked someone else into my room. This time it was a woman. I reported it each time. No time they took my report. To this day, I called them to check on the report. They said it just says that I checked out because I just checked out. The police was called and everything. So they moved me to the first floor bed room. The lock on the door was loose, so if somebody tried to beat it open, they could open it. I had maintenance fix it. I reported it. The window had a safety stick in it that was removed. I put the window stick in the window. 3 days later, after being checked into that room, the same group of people came and the men were waiting on the other side of the door. The woman was trying to open my window. So the Holy Spirit was telling me to leave and not push through that. So I felt unsafe. I checked out. I reported it. Nothing was done. They're trying to write it off as I'm crazy. Which is why I'm in a homeless shelter right now, because I was staying at Super 8 in Mesa, Arizona, and they attempted to human traffic me. My plan now is I've always been working on trying to get my children. So trying to get an apartment. I'm not being able to get an apartment because of the first wrongful eviction is still on my credit until 2029. I'm trying to get it removed. So if I don't get approved at any of these apartments while I'm apartment seeking, as I'm coming out of shock from all of that, then my fallback is to go to my mom's property because my mom owns land, and to help my mom get her land together until 2029 when I'm able to purchase land on my own. So that is my life update. And yeah. How do I end this? I forgot how to end this. Bro, it's been so long.